Hey guys, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. We're here to talk about the current endgame of Path of Exile 2. I'm a new content creator. I love this game. I've been in love with Path of Exile for a while. And as you guys can see, I've played this game for a month, like at the Generate, a little bit more than a month. I have 348 hours, and I also love PoE1. I have 1,700 hours. I started playing PoE1 about like 2 years ago. Like seriously. I tried it before, but I couldn't get into it. But yeah, like uh, 2 years ago, I started playing the game again, and well, you guys know the rest is history. So yeah, I just want to touch some topics about the end game because I mean I've been having a blast. Like the game feels great. Um, but I feel like the some improvements could be done, and I hope to see them in the next patch or hopefully the near future. So, um, I feel like mapping. To start with mapping, mapping is way too slow. Um, the maps are way too big. For example, there's this one map that I really hate, and and you can see it repeatedly across the atlas. Is the Valve Factory. Um, Valve Factory is really bad. The layout is not great. It's just opening doors and doors and doors. It is way too big. And in fact, um, in some of the areas, like around the corners, the map, there's no enemy. Not even the corners. There's not enemies at all. There's like zero mobs. So it's just wasted space. And you're like going through the corridors and you go to the right and you get baited and there's nothing, and you need to go to the other side of the map to kill your last two elites. Yeah, I also I also don't like the way that you finish maps, like killing the elites. You know, I feel like every map should have a boss. Bosses in this game are amazing, good design. So yeah, I just want to see more bosses, man. Um, but yeah, in general, the maps are way too big, and a lot of the layouts are like labyrinths. So yeah, I like for example with Warrior, the gameplay of Warrior is uh, like every kind of like the majority of the abilities they have a wind up. You know, it's like they don't go out immediately. So, for example, like you're gonna use Stampede on a corridor, and you have like two mobs in front of you, and you get blocked by those mobs, and you're like running in the same spot and waiting uh for the last lamp to go out, right? Yeah, it doesn't really feel good. Um, like Hidden Grotto is another map. I like that a little bit better, but it's also like it has like uh in every like area it has like stones in the middle or like holes and stuff. It's like kind of weird. Like every map has like a sort of like a labyrinth, you know. Um, but yeah, like I don't dislike the look of the maps. It's just like the layouts are like, for example, like Augury. Like I really don't like Augury, but the main thing that I dislike about that map is the fact that when you want to pull the lever, you spend like 6 seconds doing that. It's like I don't know. Why can't you just click it? You know, like and it happens automatically. So yeah, I also don't like that mobs can kill you off screen sometimes unless you have like a white screen. Um, yeah, there's some mobs, the ones that they cast like a meteor on top of you. So if you aggro a pack, and the pack comes like three wolves and the plague bringers or whatever they are, this mages, um, yeah, they like you aggro the pack and they won't come into the screen, but they would be casting the ability. So that doesn't feel like it's not fun, right? Um, but yeah, like there's some other examples, but uh, let's just keep moving. So Um, I also feel like the end game is kind of punishing right now, like a little bit too punishing for some players. I can see like a lot of people dropping the end game at like level 70 something, right? Because it's super tedious. It's just super tedious having one portal for everything. You know, that's I feel like that doesn't really feel good. Especially for new players. You know, like everything has one chance. Bosses have one chance. Logbooks have one chance. Maps have one chance. You name it. So I feel like in that sense, it's a little bit much. And also, like when you lose, you lose so much. So if you go into a map with I don't know with delirium and I don't know expedition or breach or whatever with bonuses, if you wipe the map, you lose your portal, you lose all the bonuses, you lose your waystone, you lose experience, and you lose time, which is our most valuable resource. Um, so yeah, like in on paper, it kind of feel like on paper it sounds like challenging, but it's not really challenging. Like bosses can be challenging, mechanics can be challenging, um, but how can you learn a boss if you have like one chance, right? So for example, I've been trying to fight the endgame boss. I fought the endgame boss several times, like three times. And as I said, I'm not playing. I don't know if I mentioned. Well, I'm not playing. I'm not playing a meta build. Okay, I'm not. I'm not playing like a one shot uh, boss build, right? My monk does pretty good damage. My warrior also does pretty decent damage. But so I went to the last boss, like the pinnacle boss, and yeah, like I did like 10-15% of the boss, and I died because I didn't know the mechanics. And the thing is, like, I don't want to see a video of the fight in YouTube uh, to actually fight the boss. You know, like I want to learn the boss myself right now. Like this is an early access. I don't have. I'm not. I'm in no rush. I have a lot of time to play the game, and I want to learn the boss. But yeah, like finding the pieces to get to that boss is also slow. So I lost my chance, and when I lose my chance to fight the boss, uh, I need to spend a lot more time finding the citadels to get these items that would give you entrance to this boss. Okay, I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil too much. So um, yeah, and last thing about punishments, I feel like um, the experience loss should be a little bit later in the game, like 80 level 85 plus, because you die a lot in this game. Like once you go into maps and yeah, you want to cap your assistances and stuff. And well, I mean, if you're a solo self-bound player, of course it's gonna take longer, right? But because in Trade League you can just buy the items, like get a few exalts, and I don't know, when you reach the end game you can just buy a few items, and some items are pretty generous with the some defensive stats. So yeah, like for new players it might be a little bit too punishing. So yeah, I like nobody wants to make negative progress, right? So if you wanna like if you wanna keep that experience loss and that sort of like punishment, maybe just put it in the later game so people can like enjoy their characters to like a higher level, right? Um, some people might say even to like even from like 95 plus. I would say 85 plus. But yeah, some people might say 95 even for like the most hardcore players that want to reach to 100, right? So yeah, I wanna talk a little bit about the current atlas that we have. I don't dislike the atlas, but I think it has some flaws. It has some flaws. Let's see. So, for example, let's talk about the maps that have like no bonuses. So, for example, like right here, I just opened it and I just see like immediately nodes that have like nothing on them. Like, uh, I can put something in this tower, right? I can put a bonus in the tower. So we're gonna pick like I don't know or whatever. Let's pick items. Let's pick okay, quantity, whatever, right? So we're gonna put this item here, stone. So okay, um, you can't manage like the where you want to put this bonuses, right? But I just put the tablet, and I still have maps where I have nothing on them, and doing these maps feels like a waste of time. Okay, because why would I want to go into this map? Like, there's nothing in this map. Like, I'm just gonna go in, waste a few minutes killing some elites that, I mean, they can drop, I don't know, like a few orbs, few exalted orbs, and that's it, right? Uh, but if I want to get like to my breach or another tower, I need to like waste a few minutes of my time doing nothing to get to what I want to do, right? So I feel like they should give us a little bit more agency on what we can do with this. So I mean, like for example, like here, there's 4 spots. Like I'm sure that in the future they will give us like this option, right? Because as I said, these maps it's just a waste of time. Like nobody wants to do these maps. Like man, like for example, like here's another one. Like I didn't do this one because like why am I gonna do this map? And like you see, you're like trying to skip this. Like I mean, yeah, you see, like I have bonuses here, but I don't want to reach this map because I have to do this one. Like, I mean, this one is lost. This like I'm not gonna do this, right? And I have bonus there, so it's kind of weird. It's kind of like um, I don't know. They need to like revisit the system for sure. But it's interesting. I like the tower system. What I don't like about the towers is that you gotta go into the tower actually. I feel like going to the tower and like through the layout is just it's just another type of like time wasting activity. Because I mean, what am I gonna get from like I don't know a couple of mobs there? I mean, yeah, like sure, an exalted orb, right? But I can get an exalted orb like here on my breach and my delirium map, right? Whatever. Like I don't I like having a little bit of power to control what bonuses do I get here, right? But yeah, as I said, I feel like going to into the tower doesn't feel great. It's not fun. It's kind of like a waste of time, and there's nothing in there. So unless they add something cool, like when you reach the top of the tower, I don't know. Like for me, there's not much reason to go into them, like doing like the layout of the tower, right? But yeah, it's an interesting system. Just to like put something in there and like I want breach, I want delirium around. That's fine. Um, yeah. Also the citadel system. I was really underwhelmed by citadels when they mentioned them on the live stream. I thought it was gonna be like this place with like an event or something like and like a different boss, you know, like something was gonna happen. This like I don't know. Basically, it's just a big map with a boss in the end. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's just a basic map with a special like with an act boss. Let's say like, with an act boss. Um, but yeah, it's just that, and they give you these items and you need 3 items, 3 different items. So you need to do 3 different citadels to do the pinnacle boss. Okay. And how you find, I feel like how you find this citadels is kind of random. Although, when I started doing them, sorry, when I started like doing the atlas, I went to the west first, and I couldn't find any single one of them. Um, but at some point, I decided to go. For example, like we go back to, I decided to go southeast, and I started kind of like finding them. Took me a little bit, but let me see. We're gonna find one. I've done a lot of the atlas. I'm sorry. Okay, here's one, for example, Iron Citadel. Um, let's see. I have a couple more, I swear. Okay, there's one. Stone Citadel. We got that one. Dude. Okay, here's another one, for example. Oh, here's a copper one. So they started appearing. There's another one, like here's another one for sure. Uh, yeah, they started like appearing out of nothing. I didn't do anything special. Here's another one, for example. Yeah, here's another one. So also I don't know if it's a bug. They always say map failed. Like I completed the map. I completed the final boss. It's like all the time, right? I don't know. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, so you need to do the citadels. So you need to find them first, and you need to do the 3 citadels to get the items, and then you can fight the pinnacle boss. But if you haven't seen a guide and you wipe to the pinnacle boss, you need to do this all over again. So I feel like this is like way too slow. Like I really wanna fight the boss. The boss is cool. I really want to kill it. Like I got to like half, I don't know, halfway through the boss, and I also got one shotted. So the boss starts teleporting and dropping these little bombs, and I got one shotted by one of the bombs because the bomb was like uh, under my UI. So man, that's I guess bad luck, and I don't know. I don't want to see things that are like kind of off screen. Yeah, I don't. I dislike that. It's not fun. Uh, and yeah, the citadels are kind of like underwhelming right now. I expected a little bit more from them. Um, so yeah, and like as a solo self-found player, everything like the whole process to get there is way slower. So getting the items, getting the resistances, um, getting to cap everything, getting a good weapon, good rolls. Everything is like super RNG because like now we also don't have like much much to do with actual currency. Just to like this is just pure gambling at this point. Unless you have a few essences, you can secure one of the mods. You can't secure the tier of the mod, but yeah, you can't really target things too much right now. You have a few omens, they're fine, but they're not like super OP, right? They're not like, oh, next time you use like this omen, we're gonna the annulment orb is gonna take away an attack modifier or something, right? Kind of like that. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I don't want to extend this video too much. There's a lot of videos about this already. Um, I just want to say like with all that said, I just wanted to like mention. So this is 100% a placeholder end game. Probably the end game that we're gonna be playing when the game comes out. It's gonna be super different. Also, spoilers ahead. I have this theory where like about the current end game that so lore wise when you're on the act 3 of cruel difficulty, you bring Doriani back to the, let's say, the main timeline of your character, which is Doriani's future, right? And this end game that we're playing right now is in the past. So, as I said, this is a placeholder endgame, and I'm almost completely sure that what we're going to be playing when this game comes out is it's going to be super different. I'm not talking about the layout of the atlas, like this like the view on top of this world. No, I'm not talking about that. But I don't know if we're gonna have towers. I don't know if we're gonna have like I don't know the we're gonna have like same maps. I don't know if we're gonna have the monolith. So we'll see what happens. But I mean it's a food for thought, I guess. But yeah, short video, guys. Thanks for watching. Um, like and subscribe if you want. I've been having a blast with this game. The classes feel great. Um, Warrior's been my main class. I hope they change Warrior because it's kind of slow, but I had fun anyways. And yeah, um, thanks for watching. Have a great 2025, and I'll see you guys around. Peace.